3, 2, 1, hi everybody. I'm excited that we're going to start into Sprite Sheets. In our last project, we used GIFs as a kind of easy shortcut to do cool animation, but we're going to get into doing it ourselves now. For our next project, we're going to draw our own. But for this project, we're going to use something called Sprite Sheets. I'll click up here, and what a Sprite Sheet is it takes all the actions of a character in a 2D game, and it lets you save all of their motions or actions on the same digital image. Hopefully that's going to be a PNG if I click up here. So for example, here's Ryo, that's on a PNG. Sprite Sheet on a PNG is going to be easy because you don't have to take out that background. You can use it if it has a colored background by using the wand tool, like I think most of you are pretty used to. So this is a nice Sprite Sheet in that it breaks down what each animation cycle is. To create an animation, you need a couple different photos and you have them run together really quickly, right? So for example, this Sprite Sheet, there's the idle animation, which is the animation the character does when it's not doing anything. These are usually very subtle, like there's not going to be that much change, and it's basically if you take your hands off the keyboard, what the character does when they're not receiving an input command. What we're interested for this project is we're going to create a idle animation and a walk animation. If you type in Sprite Sheets and you go, you'll be able to kind of see some examples. Now something like this is, even though it's 8 frames, this is a Sprite Sheet that just contains the running animation for the cat. So that doesn't have an idle. So what I want you to do is start to explore, look through some of the images here, and if you don't find anything that you like that's just coming up, that we're going to go to Spriter's resource. There's a couple different websites, so if you wanted to look through and find something else, you could do as well. There are a lot of websites. They have a big fan base that helps create Sprite Sheets or extract the Sprite Sheets from old games, especially from the 80s and 90s where it's kind of pixel art, old Nintendo, Super Nintendo, because those are pretty easy to recreate. So for example here, so arcade, that's an arcade Sprite Sheet. If you find the Sprite Sheets for something, what you can do, and this one's obviously really big, if you want to create that animation in your game, what you can do is right click, save image as, and then we're going to take it into Pixlr, and we can just, so say if we just wanted the idle or moving for this little flying brain parasite, we can save this into Pixlr, just chop that out so everything else is gone, save it, and then we can start to work on erasing the backgrounds. Then we can take it into Scratch, and I'll show you how to do that right now. So this is an example of a Sprite Sheet that has transparency, so it was saved as a PNG, which is really useful. When you're choosing your Sprite Sheet, you want to look at your character and try to make sure that they have, it's that walking. So this is just a little walk. I can see his feet kind of going back and forth. Usually you want between 4 and 10 frames for a walking animation. That'll make it look smooth. I found this Snorlax Sprite Sheet, and I'm going to use this. And also notice, if you're using a custom Sprite Sheet, a lot of people on the internet just kind of make Sprite Sheets because they're fans. Give people credit in your game. So if I put this in my game in Scratch, I should give a shout out to Josh R691. Also, you may notice over here, this is the much more advanced version than what we're doing, but these are all animations that were created with the Sprite Sheet. If you look over here, you can edit these out and put them together as layers, and using kind of rotate and move and such like that, that you could create custom sprites, right? And maybe if you have the feet as a separate layer than the body, you could duplicate, do a little free transform, maybe move that feet a little bit. So that gets more advanced, but you can start to take an image apart, build it, and create your own Sprite Sheet. We'll jump into that a little bit in the next project. For right now, I am going to right click, I'm going to save image as, and I'm going to go to my downloads folder. I'm going to create a new folder for Sprite Sheet, or a Sprite Sheet project. I'm going to double click in there, and I'm going to save my Snorlax Sprite Sheet. Totally spelling that wrong. All right, once you've chosen the Sprite Sheet that you want, we're going to save it, and then we're going to take it into Pixlr for the next part. I'm excited to see what you choose, and I'm excited to see what we make with it. See you later. Bye.